review of Kane Brown's fourth album, The High Road. This album came out with 18 tracks, although it's less than an hour long, so the songs are all pretty short. So Kane Brown's a country artist, but there's a lot of like rock and R&B and kind of other influences. Some of these songs don't sound country at all to me, other than maybe a little bit of twang with his voice. And I think he even says early in the album, one of the songs, he mentions like, I'm country mixed with rap and rock. So, I mean, like, it's what he's going for. It reminds me almost like I did a Ringo Starr review of his recent album that was a country album. And it reminded me in that there's a lot of times where the music, the banjo or the acoustic guitar make it sound country. His voice goes from not having a twang at times to having a twang. And when it has a twang, it sounds country. Ringo never really had a twang. So really his voice being twangy and then the instruments are what make this mostly country. There are songs that sound very country, but there's songs that sound like a straight up pop or more like a modern, rock song compared to country. But they're sparse. I would say 3/4 probably country and then 1/4 that other stuff. A lot of the songs were pretty simple, like a 3 or 4 chord pattern. Oftentimes it sounds like somebody is like finger picking or just picking through, these chords versus strumming them is like part of a common thing. There were 3 tracks that I enjoyed very much. The very first track, and then there's like a more beachy track towards the middle, and then the last song is very kind of heartfelt with really meaningful lyrics. So the first track and the last track, and then one in the middle are kind of like my 3 favorites overall. And yeah, it was interesting. I was expecting more country, I guess. I don't know why. So I don't know if I'm a fan of the country mixed with the rock and the stuff. I mean, I don't mind different genres kind of blending together, but it never really fully felt like the other stuff was really meant to be there. The country seemed like it was more front and center. And I don't know. It was interesting. I've listened to other albums that were genres of music that I'm not the biggest fan of. I'm more of a metal or heavier music, but I listen to anything to review for this channel. And oftentimes I'm really surprised and I like the albums a lot. There's nothing bad about this. It's just, other than maybe the very first song, I probably wouldn't go back and listen to any of these again, but I'm not a huge country music fan. So I don't think that's a reflection on the music. It's just, I would rather go and dive into hardcore, let's get our truck stuck in the mud and drink some whiskey, with the neighbors shooting shotguns if I'm going to listen to every single country song. Let's just go hard with it, I say, if we're going to do it. And this teetered the line most of the time between being like real full-on country and some more modern rocky, poppy version, which is cool. I think it's what he's going for. So if you like Kane Brown, I'm sure you'll love this. It's recorded well, it's put together well. There's only one track on it that I wasn't really a fan of in general. The rest of them were all okay. So go check it out. If you'd like to hear a track by track little feature of every single song, I will have that separately, and you can find that in the description where there's a video where I go through each song in detail and tell you what I think. Check it out.